Hey guys, welcome back to Southern Gal True Crime. I hope everybody had a good weekend. It's Monday, so of course we have the latest episode of Missing Person Monday. This week I have 5 cases that I'm calling suspicious disappearances. Could they be foul play? Could they be just somebody leaving of their own accord? Could it be an abduction? I will give you all that. I will give you all that information, and we will see what we can come up with. But first, as always, we have our missing person of the night. And let me go back. There we go. We have our missing person of the night. This information comes from neverforgottenar.org, which is the Arkansas Missing Persons Database. Hold on, there we go. Had stuff in my way. I couldn't see what I was trying to read. Tonight's missing person is Henrietta Davis. She is 68 years old. She's a black female, 5'5", 100 pounds, with brown hair and gray or brown eyes and gray or partially gray hair. She went missing on September 24th, just a few days ago, from Little Rock, Arkansas. If you have any information about Henrietta or her disappearance, please contact the Pulaski County Sheriff's Department at 501-340-6600. As always, I will put the link to this information in the description box. I implore you, please share it anywhere and everywhere you can so we can get this information out to as many people as possible, as quickly as possible. All right, with that important information taken care of, we will get into our 5 cases for the night. And the first one we have is Martha LaVon Evans. Now, Martha went missing on February 10th, 1990 from Astoria, Oregon. She is classified as endangered missing. She is a white female. She was 33 years old. 5'3" to 5'4", 110 pounds. She was last seen wearing a strapless, backless, maroon and black silk and lace dress, a short black leather jacket, black nylon stockings, black heels, and twisted gold hoop earrings. Associated vehicles is it says it's a borrowed brown 1984 Ford Ranger pickup. It had numerous dents in it. It had a 7-Up sticker in the window, and it had Oregon license plate. She had dark brown hair, brown eyes. She had an appendectomy scar and a hysterectomy scar on her abdomen. Her ears were pierced. Okay, she has a lot of tattoos, so I'm going to go through all of them. Tattoos are, when it comes to missing people, scars, tattoos, anything of that nature are very good pieces of information to have. Especially in cold cases, it may, jog somebody's memory about seeing somebody with particular tattoos. So anyway. Here we go with the tattoos. She had one on the back of her left shoulder of 7 roses and a banner saying Daddy. She had a tattoo on the outside of her right ankle of a dragon with a banner that said Penny, and a tattoo of a tiger on her abdomen. It says the tiger tattoo covers her appendectomy scar, and its claws touch the hysterectomy scar. So that's very specific on that one. Her maiden name is Bentham, and her nickname is Marty. Nicknames are also very important information to have. Actually, I mean, especially cold cases, like I said, any little, it may seem like a minute detail, but it's always good information to have. All right, so Sorry, gnats flying around me again. Anyway, so Martha, on the night that she disappeared, she had attended a wedding reception at High Climber Room Lounge in Napa, Oregon. Napa is close to Astoria. If you see on the picture there, the red star is where Napa is. I think it kind of explained it as like a little subdivision of Astoria. I don't know that much about Oregon, so anyway, so she had attended this wedding. She had served as a bridesmaid in her friend's wedding, and after the ceremony, the wedding party went to the lounge to do what you do after a wedding. At some time later in the evening, while they were at the lounge, Martha had locked her purse inside the trunk of the bride's car. She spent a short time inside the lounge. She then told her friends that she had to make a quick trip to Warrenton, Oregon, to pick something up, and she will be back in about an hour. So apparently Warrenton is not too far from Astoria or Napa, where the wedding took place. She left at about 9:30 p.m. She did not take her purse with her. To me, that's a big, I want to say red flag, but it's significant that she did not take her purse. And she never returned. Late now, apparently, sometime later after she left, she was sighted getting gas at a station outside of Astoria. And apparently, the witness or whoever it was that saw her said that she was talking on the phone. I'm assuming maybe, see, it was in the 90s. I'm trying to remember if cell phones were, there were cell phones in the 90s, the little flip phones. I don't know, unknown if it was a cell phone or a pay phone or whatever, but somebody saw her talking on the phone at the time and she was upset and crying. That is another significant piece of information. Now, when she left, she had borrowed a vehicle to go in. It was this 1984 Ford Ranger pickup with the dents and the 7-Up sticker in the window. And the truck, it says the truck disappeared along with her, and neither she or the truck has ever been found. I'm undecided on this one. The fact that she did not take her purse with her, now it could have been that she just forgot to grab it. She was in a hurry to go and pick up whatever she said she was going to go pick up. Could have been she just accidentally forgot it. Apparently she didn't have her own vehicle because it said that she had originally locked her purse or put her purse inside the trunk of the bride's car. And when she left, she borrowed a vehicle. So I'm assuming that she did not have her own vehicle, at least that night. She was seen getting gas where she was upset and crying. So my thoughts are she either, for some reason or another, something was going on. She wasn't happy with how her life was going, maybe. And she took this opportunity to just leave of her own accord and start a new life. That might explain her leaving her purse and identification behind. Now, like I said, these are just possibilities I've come up with. As always, please leave your theories or anything you can come up with in the comments. I love everybody's opinions, and comments are welcome here. Just always respect the victims, families, and each other. Secondly, to me, though, what I can't get out of my mind is this witness, if the witness was correct and it was Martha that this witness said she saw, or he or she saw on the phone, Martha was on the phone crying and upset. Possibly she had a Unknown if she had if she was married, had a boyfriend, this is a significant other. Possibly she was talking to husband, boyfriend, significant other, or just somebody she knew. Um, she was crying and upset. They were having a fight. Maybe she went to meet up with this person. Things got out of hand and she was never seen again. Another possibility. Third possibility is she was a stranger abduction. Um, she borrowed the car or the truck. She left. She stopped to get gas. She was talking to, apparently, if this is true about the phone call, was crying and upset. After she got gas, she could have, left to go wherever she was going to. Something happened. Truck broke down. Any number of possibilities of things that could have happened, and wrong place, wrong time, and she was abducted by a stranger. Those are the three possibilities that I come up with. Like I said, leave me your comments of what you think could have happened. Any other possibilities that I may have overlooked, because right now it's very late at night and my brain is not working on all four cylinders, as they say, or six cylinders, or eight. Anyway, told you I'm loopy. It's late. All right, next we have Ashley Fuller Reed. Ashley went missing on January 14th of 1990 from Garland, Texas. She is classified as endangered missing. She is a white female. She was 19 years old when she went missing. So if she were alive today, she would be 52. At the time she went missing, she was 5'2", 115 pounds. She was last seen wearing a stonewashed denim skirt, a long-sleeved black shirt, a waist-length brown bomber jacket, a Guess watch. I remember the Guess watches that were popular back in the 90s. Once again, gold hoop earrings and 2 gold rings. There is an associated vehicle, a brown 1984 Chevy Citation, which is accounted for. She had brown hair, brown eyes. She had a small brown-colored mole on her left cheek. Her ears were pierced, and her nickname was Ash. Let's look at the, this is really small writing. Excuse me if I have to get close to the camera to read this. So this one, Ashley had planned to meet 2 unidentified males for dinner during the evening that she disappeared near her hometown of Garland, Texas. She was supposed to meet the men who were known to her family only as Dave and Robert at the IHOP, International House of Pancakes restaurant, which was in Dallas. She had mentioned that she might travel to Corsicana, Texas with friends, and she would call home when she arrived there. The 2 men that Ashley planned to meet that night have never been identified. A witness reported seeing Ashley at the IHOP talking to one man. He was described as Caucasian, about 6 foot tall, 175 to 200 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes. He was had a clean, neat appearance. He wore a beige Western style jacket with elbow patches, cowboy boots, cowboy hat, and that was the last time, the last confirmed or the last sighting of Ashley was at the IHOP talking to this one man. Said that she had told people she was going to meet 2 men, but she was seen talking to one man. Might mean something, might mean nothing. Just something to keep in mind. Now, her brown 1984 Chevy Citation was found abandoned the following morning. It was found on the freeway ramp at Military Parkway and LBJ Freeway. The hazard lights had been left blinking, and the battery had died by the time the car was located. The ramp was approximately 1/4 mile from the restaurant that she had planned to visit the night before. The vehicle's driver's seat was pushed all the way forward, which is the way they say that was the way that she normally kept it, and her purse and her keys were missing. So in my thinking, I'm just trying to, once again, it's late. I'm trying to get the squirrels going in my head. So I'm assuming that, okay, so she went to the IHOP. She was allegedly seen talking to this one man. Then after that, her car was found abandoned on the on-ramp. Hazard lights were on. The seat positioning is very important. It says the seat position was pushed all the way forward. I believe she was only a little bit over 5 foot tall, which I'm 5'3", and I have my seat in my car pushed all the way forward, pulled all the way forward so I can reach the pedals. So that would tell me that she was driving the car. If it had been somebody else, somebody taller than her, the seat would have been pushed back, of course. But this, to me, just in my thinking, that she was driving the car when it was, for whatever reason, maybe it broke down. She pulled off on the side of the freeway, or the side of the off ramp or on ramp. Put her hazard lights on, as you usually do if you have car trouble. Either she got out to walk, to find, go to some place to call somebody, if she didn't have a cell phone with her. Because it says her purse and keys were missing, but we will get to the purse and the keys in a minute. Or possibly the gentleman she was talking to was following, they had made some kind of plans, and he was following her. They were going to go someplace else. Her car broke down. She just parked it, put the hazard lights on, got in the car with this man, and they went wherever they were going to go. She's never seen again. Or she got out to walk. Somebody might have picked her up, and she was never seen again. Won't go into detail, but you know what, Now, apparently, 2 fishermen did report finding Ashley's purse in a water-filled gravel pit near the Trinity River. I'm sorry, this is really small writing. And some road, I can't read it, Ark Road. They said that they looked inside the purse and they had seen papers with Ashley's name on them. They notified the police, but when the police went to the pit to retrieve the purse, they couldn't find it. Authorities believe that she was taken against her will, and foul play is suspected in her case. So, what do we think about this one? I keep going back to, she was going to go meet 2 unidentified men at the IHOP. She was allegedly seen at the IHOP talking to one man. Her car was found abandoned on the on-ramp. She was never seen again. To me, the man, this unidentified man that she was seen talking to, is the number one suspect, person of interest. That is where I'm leaning to. But please do let me know what you guys think. Yeah, I would definitely be trying to, and I'm sure they did, be trying to identify this unidentified man that she was seen talking to. So if you do have any information about Ashley or her disappearance, you can contact the Dallas Police Department at 214-670-5146. All right, next we have Carmela Maria Gutierrez. Excuse me, gotta have a drink. Sorry about that. Carmela went missing on January 9th, 1990. I have a lot of cases tonight from the 90s. Anyway, she went missing from Chattanooga, Tennessee. She is classified as endangered missing. She was a white female. She was 47 at the time of her disappearance. So if she were alive today, she would be 80. At the time of her disappearance, she was 5 foot to 5'4", 120 pounds, so another small lady. She had brownish red hair, brown eyes, her ears were pierced. She may have been wearing contact lenses or eyeglasses. She may have used the last name Hodgman and or Sardinia. She had previously fractured her right toe and her right knee, with numerous resulting sutures in the knee area. So she would have had scars on her knee, on her right knee. And she also had an appendectomy and a hysterectomy. So that scarring would have been apparent. So Miss Gutierrez had relocated from Brookfield, Connecticut to Chattanooga, Tennessee in late 1989. Her son, Dan Hodgman, told authorities that his mother had planned to leave her husband sometime during 1990. So apparently, she had moved in from Connecticut to Tennessee in 1989. Somewhere in that time frame, she had told her son she was planning to leave her husband. She disappeared shortly afterwards and has never been heard from again. Her son resided in Danbury, Connecticut at the time of his mother's disappearance, and he spent several weeks in Chattanooga. He hired a private investigator, a psychic, attempting to locate his mother. He does believe his mother was foul play, but there are very few clues in this case. Now, another interesting thing, or the most interesting thing. So I said that she was planning to leave her husband. So according to her husband, now this says on June 1st. I don't know if they just got the date wrong because she went missing in January. But regardless, her husband had said that at some point that they had traveled to Riverdale, Georgia, and he claimed that she and a female companion had left the hometown inn where they were staying, and he never saw her again. To me, that's a very, very big red flag. So my thinking is she was planning to leave her husband, according to what her son said. She disappeared shortly after she had made it known that she was planning to leave her husband. Her husband has this, to me, very suspicious, strange story that they were traveling. They were staying at this hotel. She left with a female companion, and he never saw her again. To me, 1 and 1 equals 2. So I'm not saying that's what happened. That would just be the top of my list of what may have happened to Miss Gutierrez. But as always, once again, let me know what your thoughts are. So if you do have any information about this case, you can contact the Chattanooga Police Department at 423-698-9793. All right, next we have Stuart Owen Collins. Stuart went missing on January 7th, once again, 1990, from Winter Park, Florida. He is classified as endangered missing. He is a white male. At the time he disappeared, he was 24 years old. Excuse me. If he was still alive today, he would be 58. He was 6 foot, 150 pounds, with blonde hair and hazel eyes. So when Stewart went missing, he and his older brother Scott had a keg party at their house, which was in Orlando, Florida. And this was on January 7th, 1990. At some point during the party, he got dressed. He left the party. He got a ride to the Fairbanks Inn, which apparently is a bar in Winter Park, Florida. And I don't know, you see the map there. It didn't have, I don't know how far Winter Park is from Orlando. I didn't do that much research. So he goes to this bar in the early morning hours. It said he had frequently gone there before with his brother, but he had never gone there by himself before. This was the first time he'd gone there by himself. Key piece of information, in my opinion, at about 1:30 a.m., Stewart had called his roommate and said that he was with a woman and the woman's husband was there. And he also said, if you don't hear from me, worry about me. Oh, just red flag. Apparently after that, he bought a 6-pack of beer at the Fairbanks Inn. He left on foot and he has never been heard from again. So of course, after he was, I'm assuming he was reported missing, authorities interviewed the woman that Stewart, allegedly was with on the night, that he disappeared. Now, she denied having flirted with him, talked with him, whatever, and said that she left the Fairbanks Inn with her husband. So Scott is described by his brother as a material boy. He liked nice things. He owned a boat, 2 cars. His brother doesn't believe that he would have simply left all of his belongings behind. Of course, his case is unsolved and circumstances are unclear. So to me, if you're thinking the way I'm thinking, this call that he made, I'm with a woman, her husband is also there. So we got a little three-way thing going on. If you don't hear from me, worry about me. Well, yeah, I think that if I was with a woman and her husband was there, unless her husband was a willing participant, then I would be worried too. He bought the 6-pack of beer, left on foot, disappeared. So my first thought would be, and I think I can't remember if it was this one or another one that said that he was the gentleman was a ladies' man, as they put it. It might have been a different one, but anyway, could be he was flirting with this woman, or they were flirting with each other. Her husband was there. Her husband of course, didn't appreciate Mr. Stewart flirting with his wife, or mutual flirtation going on. It got out of control and he was never seen again. That would be my first, top of my list. Second, says he bought a 6-pack of beer and he left on foot. Maybe there was no altercation between him and the woman and the woman's husband. He left, bought beer, left. He had been at a party before. He's most likely intoxicated. If he left on foot, he could just been out walking, down the side of the road or whatever. Could be accidental death. Or, if he was walking down the side of the road, it was very early in the morning, 1:30, 2-ish, after 1:30 in the morning anyway. Walking down the side of the road, somebody comes along, didn't see him, hit and run. But it looks like they would have found his body. So I don't think that's not a very likely possibility. Or stranger abduction. That's the only other thing. So like I said, either the woman's husband, they got into altercation, something happened, and he was harmed. He left on foot, accidental death, or some kind of accident, stranger abduction. This one has got me befuddled. I don't know. So please let me know what your thoughts are on this one. But to me, the number one is the woman's husband. So that's what I'm going to go with as my number one. Anyway, so if you have any information about this case, you can call the Orange County Sheriff's Office at 407-836-4357. All right, we have Charlotte Elaine Brown. Miss Brown went missing on April 5th, 1973 from Cleveland, Ohio. She is classified as endangered missing. She was a white female. At the time she disappeared, she was 29 years old. So if she were alive today, she would be 79. At the time she disappeared, she was 5'4", 105 pounds. So once again, a very small person, small lady. She was last seen a red waist-length jacket, a gray sweater, and blue jeans. She had brown hair, brown eyes. Her maiden name is Maines. Her previous married names were Gobble and Kelly. So Charlotte was last seen when her friend dropped her off at a rapid transit station in Cleveland on April 5th, 1973. She has never been heard from again. She left behind 3 children. When it comes to children, that just breaks my heart. Any child, no matter if it's a little child or a grown child, if you lose a parent to either gone missing or a violent crime, it just eats at me. So the interesting thing about this one is Charlotte's husband at the time, Morris Albert Brown, had previously been married to a lady named Darcy, who disappeared in 1964. Now, Darcy's children, and I don't know if it just says Darcy's children, so I don't know if the Morris Brown was the father or stepfather, but regardless, Darcy's children stated that they witnessed Morris Albert Brown kill their mother by stabbing her, and her body was never found. Now, no charges were ever brought in Darcy's presumed homicide or Charlotte's disappearance, and as of it doesn't say when he passed away, but Morris Albert Brown is now deceased. So I would say that, and it could still be a possibility, that this Morris Albert Brown had something to do with Charlotte's disappearance, just as if the children were telling the truth, and why would the children lie? That this Morris Albert Brown had allegedly killed his first wife or previous wife. And then I don't know how long it was between when this alleged disappearance and possible presumable death of Darcy happened, how long that was before he and Charlotte got married. So it's possible he could have, once again, allegedly harmed Charlotte, as he allegedly harmed his previous wife. But she was last seen, according to this information, a friend had dropped her off at a rapid transit station, which I'm assuming is like either a bus station or a train station. And that's the last time she was seen. She left behind her children, though. That bothers me too. Maybe, see, this one has me befuddled too, so I really want to know what you guys think about this one. It's possible that this Morris Albert Brown, her husband at the time, he could have been abusive. There could have been DV going on. She wanted to get away from him, so she had her friend drop her off at this transit station as she left. But the only thing that bothers me about that is that she left the children behind. Why would you leave if you were in an abusive DV situation? Why would you leave your children behind? Unless she just, now it doesn't say who she left the children with, whether it was with her husband or other family members. I could kind of see if she wanted to get out of this maybe domestic situation, that she would take her kids and leave them with trusted family members, and she would leave and to set up a new life and then send for the children later and to try to get away from this Morris Albert Brown character. That could be possible, now that I think about it, with the children. That was what was bothering me, was why would she leave the children behind? But as far as I know, she never came back for the children because she's never been seen again. So, also possible that her friend dropped her off at this train station. Maybe this her husband followed them, saw her at the transit station, grabbed her, and harmed her. I mean, that's the only thing else. That's the only other possibility I can come up with. I said these tonight. That's why I'm calling them, what I say, mysterious or suspicious disappearances. Very usually I can kind of, deduce, reason out, but on most of them I'm undecided. Okay, moving on because I'm babbling. Oh, okay, that was our last one. All right, guys. Well, that was our Missing Person Monday episode. If you've, like I said, leave your comments. Let me know your thoughts on any of these cases, what could have possibly happened. If you found this video interesting, informative, please give it a thumbs up. Share it with anybody, any true crime groups you're in, friends, family, who you think might enjoy it, or get some education information out of it. Hello. My cat just jumped up on the bed. My cat has to try to make an appearance in every video, but anyway. If you like what I do here at Southern Gals True Crime, please do consider subscribing. Check the notification bell to all so you won't miss any new videos I upload. I try to upload two to three times a week. I always do Missing Person Monday, Fridays, or the case of the week, usually the cold case. Sometimes I do just a random true crime video on Wednesdays, and then sometimes I do it on Sunday. But so it's Monday. So most likely, I don't think I'm going to do a video Wednesday video this week. So I'll be back Friday with the case of the week. So until then, please do take care of yourselves. Be careful out there. Take care of each other. That's the most important thing we can do, is take care of each other, so we can all make it through this life safely. All right, guys. I will see you in a couple of days. Bye-bye.